It reveals the secrets of the past, the present, and what may come to be. Most would think me fortunate to own such a book, but I can only use it in service to others. That is my curse. It wakes, tormenting me once more, feeding on the mysteries of this world, unraveling them into opportunity. But opportunity for whom?
Welcome to Total War Warhammer 3. I have kind of expected this game for quite some time now, and I am quite happy that I finally get to both play and record it. Well, I have already played it quite a bit, but needed to see what I was getting myself into here. First of all, thank you so much to Creative Assembly for providing me with a press key for the game. And before we get into the game, let's just have a quick look at the options so that you guys know what to expect from Total War Warhammer 3 in regards to options. Now, as for the graphics settings, you have the basic settings here. In the advanced ones, it is pretty similar to the ones that were in Warhammer 1 and 2. You may notice that I've set some of these to high instead of ultra, and that is because OBS does take a little bit of the resources from the GPU in the encoding of the video, since I'm using the graphics card for that. So even with a 3080, when you're recording, I set some of these down, because, yeah, you have a UI scale. I prefer to have that at 150% when I'm playing in 1440p as I am. You also have the various anti-aliasing settings here. FXAA is the one that I'm using for the recording purposes. I have been playing in TAA high, which has been perfect, but when I enabled that, it did not work well with OBS in terms of the frames. Do note that this is, there may be a day 1 patch for the game launch, which is on February the 17th, so this video is going out before that. But this is version 1.0.0 build, but the build number is of course below there. You can also now set the corpse lifespan on the battlefield. That should help people who might have an older graphics card to grab a few extra frames per second. And you have various things like porthole quality, because they have animated portraits for the advisor and the character panels. Set them to be 2D. I prefer to play with low fog because fog annoys me, as those of you who are used to my content are aware of. In the audio settings, we have the slider for the master volume, speech volume, effects volume, the interface volume, and the music volume. You can also toggle subtitles and sound in background, which is supposed to be on. You can also choose between high, medium, low audio quality, and you have 4 various sound systems that you can use here. For the keyboard settings, this is extensive. You can save your key bindings, which is good, especially if you have more playing on one computer, or you have different settings for various factions. You have the universal ones, you have the campaign map keybinds, you have the battle map keybinds, You have the advanced keybinds, or rather this is the advanced tips for how you do various advanced, I guess, settings or selections, movements, and so forth. You have the movement speed and rotation speed for the battle camera here, and also the cinematic smoothing. You can mouse scroll, you can lock the cursor to the window. That does not work when you're playing in windowed mode, so pay attention to that. You can disable camera shaking. Why I haven't disabled that, I'm not sure, because I usually always disable that. Tac map transition. Sure. You can choose between standard camera or the classic Total War camera. I prefer the classic one. As for the generic settings here, you have the frequency of the advisor. You have color profiles. Default, you have deuteranopia, protanopia, and tritanopia. And I'm kind of thinking that it might actually, even for players who are not colorblind, it is called colorblind, yes, I think so. For some of the regions in specifically Norska, where everything is very white, it might be an idea to choose a different color profile, but I'm going to go with the default one. You have the scale of the unit banners. Those are... I haven't played with this one, so I have no idea what that actually does in terms of... except for what the tooltip says. You can default groups to be locked, you can default them to run, you can also now default them to guard mode, and you can... this one is set by default for both of these. You can disable the skirmish mode, which I find horribly annoying, personally. So I'm very happy that they have added the options to have these. I also tend to have guard mode on because I tend to forget to put my missile and artillery units into guard mode. Now I tend to forget to disable the guard mode on the melee units, but yeah. Projectile, trails, you have alliance coloring instead of faction coloring, default drag out formation, slow motion ability targeting. This one is pretty nifty. You'll see how that works inside the game. The options, when you are on both the campaign map and the battle map, you can hold down spacebar to see an option panel on the right hand side there, and you can toggle it to be a toggleable thing or something that you need to hold down spacebar to see. And also there's a new thing where you can have highlight for idle units. I'll get back to that as well. The text languages, you have ample languages to choose from, and also you have ample of the audio languages to choose from. And then of course there's the credits. Now, campaigns, we're going to go and play the prologue in this specific playthrough. But in the multiplayer thing, you have ranked matchmaking, you have ranked leaderboards, you have versus AI, you have quest battles, you have multiplayer lobbies, and you can also, of course, do replays. In the campaigns, if I click this, we're going to see a video, so I'm not going to do that now. If you want to see the campaigns, then I urge you to look at the follow-up videos. I have 2 campaigns planned that I will play on YouTube as Let's Plays, and I will also be streaming on Twitch. I will be streaming some... one of the campaigns I believe I will be streaming, so that is also an option if you want to see more of my content, but I will be uploading those videos to YouTube. They will be quite long, however, and they might also, or will also, contain the stream alerts, so there is that. However, for now, let's go into the prologue. Your adventure begins here. Ursun, the bear god of Kislev, is silent. Without the great bear's benevolence, the motherland freezes and its people suffer. Become the Kislevite prince sent north by the Ice Queen on the ultimate quest. This Prologue to the Realm of Chaos campaign is a new Total War experience, perfect for brand new players and those requiring a refresher course on the mechanics of the game. However, it also kind of sets the tone for lore, which is why I wanted to play it, so that you guys can see the lore. I haven't finished it myself, actually. Now, we'll just skip these things and start the Prologue.
Kislev, our motherland, is dying. A dark winter devours our fairer seasons. It has been custom for our god, Ursun, the Great Bear, to break each winter with his roar. Yet, for 7 long years, he has fallen into silence. And so the ice thickens. Our prayers go unanswered. The people suffer. The Queen has sent me to investigate, to lead an expedition in search of Ursun. I am to make contact with our northernmost outpost, Dervingar. It was there, on the edge of the Chaos Wastes, our god's voice was last heard.
Let their courage be our courage.
Our journey has been long and perilous. The dead outnumber the living. We are lost. We are alone.
Your orders, Prince Yuri.
Fuel for the fires. Extra rations for the wounded.
Sir, this expedition has failed. We must turn south, head back to Kislev.
But we've come so far. We push north, find Dervingard.
It's madness! We cannot survive wandering the Chaos Wastes like beggars!
Yuri, brother, we must not abandon our duty. The people of Kislev depend on us.
You'll have my decision by dawn. Ursun, each day I pray, but you do not answer. This is our darkest night. Can you not see Kislev suffering? Help us! Show me a sign! Answer me! Then Kislev is lost.
Son of Kislev, I answer in my time of need.
Ursun!
I wake in darkness, bound in shadow.
Guide me! I can save you!
I am weak, so you alone shall hear my voice. I will lead you to Dervingard, your first step to finding me. Follow my voice.
We move north.
You have led your kin through the mountain pass. The winds of the Chaos Wastes howl with unmatched fury. Journey north and seek respite.
Yuri, what are your orders?
Push north. Find shelter.
Here we are.
The Ungol's.
We are getting a lot of advice here, since this is the introduction to the game, of course. But that's fine. Let's move up
north.
here. Tells us about the movement bar down here. And then gives us the end turn button down here.
We should be cautious. Darkness covers this land.
The influence of chaos. The further north we travel, the stronger it becomes.
Tells us that we have the missions button down here. And you can also click this to have a guided tour of something in the game, wherever this button is present. You can pin missions now. And apparently we are done.
Ready to pursue.
Ah, it does lock in window mode, actually.
The bear god shows us the way.
We found supplies in the snow. From Dervingard.
Dervingard? How did they get here?
Someone left in a hurry. Carried what they could.
We thank Ursun. They will be needed.
The treasury up here. Click this to get more details. And then next turn.
The soldiers are ready. Give the order.
We move north. We are not done yet.
Said that a couple of times now. I guess they're moving north.
Follow me, Uncles.
Yuri! Up ahead! Some kind of shelter.
Send word, Garrick. We rest there.
The Kislev Refuge.
God there.
Shall occupy this.
You have found respite. Together, we can overcome the trials ahead. Our journey has just begun.
The cold bites deep. The shelter is not enough.
Build a camp. Then we can rest.
We are then introduced to
Ready
building.
to pursue.
So we'll build a Kislev camp here. A small campsite where Kislevites can eke out an existence against the
Give
ravages
the order,
of the Chaos
and
Wastes.
we'll build the camp.
Yes, thank you, Garrick. Go away.
The order has been given, but the camp will take time. The camp protects us. But what of our supplies?
We keep them safe. Build a storehouse. Yes?
Build a storehouse for our supplies.
The storehouse is ready. The supplies are safe.
Then it tells us that our new building increases the amount of income that this settlement generates, which is 100 per turn.
Yuri, ready your warriors. Our sons and daughters cry out and flee in terror. The spilling of their blood must be prevented.
We'll get a cartographer for this, completing this mission.
We are
We
on the
need
edge
to
of
rescue the
chaos.
beacon, which I assume is further north here.
Go north. We searched for our kin fleeing south. We found them traveling the hidden trails to avoid open ground. Some had left Dervingard. They said the stronghold had fallen, that its commander, the boyar Slavin Khorne, had abandoned his post. Yet others fled from a smaller fort they called the Beacon. They spoke of a tribal chief who thirsted for bloodshed, Skolden, the wolf of Dervingard.
So here we have a selection between either punish the wolf or save the innocent. This will give us some kind of a trait, but it doesn't tell us which one we are going to get. But I'm going to do save the innocent, which gives us the trait Savior, which is +3 to leadership for Yuri Barkov.
We fight at the beacon. Save who we can.
We should equip our armor before heading north. So we'll do that. Equip our Kislevite armor. And this also is the new panel for equipping both magic items and ancillaries, I believe. So we'll just equip that. Then followers are a type of ancillary and must be equipped like items. We have an orthodoxy pastor. We'll equip him as well. Items equip immediately now, which usually took 1 turn. Not usually, it took 1 turn in Warhammer 1 and 2. So, and you can swap things between characters with this panel here. You will see, you can notice here that this has the portrait of Yuri, and it also says that it is assigned to Yuri Barkov when I hover above it. So this is a very good reorganization of the magic items and ancillaries management per character. You'll also get a list of your characters up here.
Ursun, are you listening?
I see the beacon. The fort is under attack.
The enemy carry the flag of the wolf. It must be Skolden. Kislev's prince.
Now we get our first battle. We have encountered the Garhars.
Weapons to attack.
Battle draws near. Our soldiers are ready. We see the enemy. The wolf leads an army of Northmen. We're eager to fight. Bring us to battle.
Now, since this is a prologue, the game is being rather forgiving in regards of losses and battles and so forth. There is not much hope that this little army here would be able to defeat this army here. But
The beacon is under attack. Kislevites loyal to the motherland are within. Our army is small, but we can sway the battle if we are as wise as Ursun. We approach from the south, while Skolden's Northmen assault the barricades. Their backs are to us.
you forgot to say that we should take advantage. But yeah, as I was saying, we are not fighting the battle alone, so...
The journey has been long, but we are ready. Fellow Ungals, we are of Kislev. Show these cowardly dogs what that means. They hunger for blood. Let them taste cold steel.
The beacon is under attack. See for yourself.
The wolf reveals himself.
Cannons fire upon the defenders. When the barrage is over, his warriors will attack. Act swiftly. Yuri, the defenders need our help. We must reach them. What's that? There, in the trees. An army! Those are Kislev colors! They're allies! We must advance and combine our strength. Select your own unit in order to rejoin your forces. Now issue a move order towards your troops. The soldiers are assembled and await your arrival.
Go!
So we'll move Yuri
Your
over to the
place is
troops.
amongst the warriors. Your presence grants them courage before the enemy.
Which is from the leadership boost that lords and heroes give to the armies.
Proceed into the valley. Select your entire army so any order is given to all. Order your units forward. Our allies have not gone far. The soldiers advance. Take this time to practice maneuvering. Remember, orders are issued only to selected units.
You can see these marks on the ground, the arrows, which is where we are headed. We don't have the speed controls yet, so we'll just have to wait until the troops arrive at their current pace. The speed controls would be up here. Can I move this around? Apparently I can.
Our allies fire down upon Skalden's army. His forces scatter. The allies are threatened from the rear. Up close, their bows are no match for swords and spears. They're under attack. We must hurry to their aid.
Onward!
Let's try putting one of them there, one of them there,
Draw
on the
your
board there.
weapons. Turn the tide of battle.
I think I have to adjust the... Can I do that here? Yes, I can. I have to adjust the volume on the music a little bit. Yeah, that looks
Envelop
better.
the enemy as best you can. They have their backs to us. A fatal mistake.
You can see the nobody's dying here, so send them in. His aura is this blue circle. That is where his leadership affects any troops inside of that blue circle.
Ursun's call!
Not sure why it's not progressing.
My God! Attack!
Might be a tiny bug for the time being.
Enemies! Die! Ursun's flow!
Yeah. No, there we go. I'll report that to the developers.
The enemy raised the white flag. Their troops flee. The wolves' main pack advance on the beacon. The cannons rain death. They must be destroyed. The allies join our forces. We'll need the reach of their bows.
That was nice of them.
Advance on those hellish cannons. They must fall silent if we are to save the beacon.
I'll just do it like that here. This is not normally how I would deploy the troops. Armored Cossars.
Taking point! Wherever Ursun asks!
The cannons are defended.
Really?
Order the infantry to form a line facing the enemy. Have your archers remain behind the line to protect them.
None of these are particularly
Go with honor! On the march! Making it so!
large, so... Oh, the cannons are shooting at us now.
Zorgon! The motherland's finest! Make war! They die!
Oh, stop
Keep
that.
the enemy in front of you. Do not let yourself become surrounded.
You're wondering about that
The
little
enemy
effect
break
there?
from the fight. Press your advantage. Destroy their weapons of war.
Annihilate
It is because they are being banished back to the Chaos Realms.
Defenders of Kislev! Hussars! Kislev's
And these
vengeance!
skull cannons are actually quite good in melee as well, as you can see. The Prologue, they have serious disadvantages, but they can be quite nasty when you're fighting against them in the actual campaign.
Land is power! Defenders of Kislev!
Also, for those of you who are familiar with the lore, you may recognize... Oh, that's very loud. You may recognize the bloodletters. So, these are actually Khorne units.
The cannons are destroyed, yet Skolden's army still attacks the beacon. They're vulnerable from behind. Strike now while they're engaged.
Where?
Can do this.
The forefront! The motherland's finest!
Then I'm holding down space to show
Point!
where everything is headed.
Prince! Follow me, Cossars!
I will adjust the master volume down to 40% or 45, and I'll set the effects volume at 50, I think. Yes.
Yuri! You are Prince of Kislev! Let your kinsmen hear you roar! Fill them with Ursun's courage!
We have Ursun's roar.
Your war cry inspires your soldiers. See how their spirit is renewed.
I would like those Kossars to shoot at that giant there.
The enemy are dead or scattered. They flee the field. We are the bear's wrath. But Skalden, the wolf, still live.
The beacon is safe. Many lives have been spared. The survivors look to me for leadership. I will need them, for the wolf still lurks in the shadows. We hold captives. Their fate is mine to decide. I pray for Ursun's guidance.
So we can either indenture them, which means that we replenish our units. You can barely see the yellow line there. Or we can ransom them for more money. Now I think indenturing them is a good idea here. We have taken serious losses, so...
The innocent are spared from the wolf's vicious pack. The beacon is under our control. A sanctuary in the cold, harsh wastes. But this is not Dervingard. Kislev's northern stronghold awaits.
Indeed.
A great victory, brother. The survivors swear allegiance.
They will aid our search for Ursun. Those with the heart to fight, let them join us. Another outpost is close.
We got these units into the army, and we can also recruit more units. So, the cost of recruiting the unit, the upkeep per turn for the unit, and how many recruitment slots we have in the province where we currently are residing. Let's recruit 3 of these. And we also got the cartographer, which we should also equip on Yuri. And I think this is a good location to end this episode. And then we can continue in the next one on Yuri's adventures to Dervingard up in the north. Now, if you are interested in my Twitch streams when I start streaming, as well as the YouTube videos, you'll find me at Twitch at twitch.tv/Caledorn, and you'll also find the link to that and the Discord community server in the description of the video. But for now, thank you all so very much for joining me, and I hope to be seeing you all in the next episode.